fastest category, raced in Formula One, raced in America. Let's find out a little bit more about Robert and his connections with AC Milan.
AC Milan is represented by the charismatic Dutchman, Robert Doornbos, and the connections go way back. His auntie was the team's physio, so as a boy, he always supported the team. But now, the bond is even stronger. He's one of the Superleague Formula's star attractions, flying in AC Milan's colours.
I lived in Italy for many years. I drove my first Formula One race for an Italian team, for Minardi. So yeah, I have many Italian friends. So I'm in love with Italy, and you know, to drive them for AC Milan is quite special. I went to visit my colleagues in the AC Milan stadium last Wednesday to cheer them on. They won 2-1 to Siena, so that was good. And now it's my turn to win. I went there, and it was the first time I was actually on the pitch, and there were, I think, 50,000 people. And I was presenting my trophy, my victory trophy to AC Milan. I think they have many trophies already, so but anyway, one extra can always help. And when I saw all the fans, yeah, they could do two things. They could cheer me on or whistle me out, and they actually cheered me on. So I think some of them were following it, and it was a good experience. There's pressure now because we need to, if we want to win this championship, we need to do really well. So yes, the whole team feels that, and we just need to make sure the car works, that I work, and that everything comes together, and then we still have a shot at winning this championship. You know, we started on the back foot with not getting any points in Donington for the mechanical failure, but yeah, we're now 60 or 70 points behind the leader. I think it's time that he gets some bad luck maybe, and then we can win, and you can close the gap. So I would say, yeah, 4 races are going to be very important, all follow.
So Robert Doornbos there, and we look into the concentrated eyes of that man just a few minutes before the start here at Vallelunga, this 4-kilometre circuit. Certainly bit a few drivers during practice and qualifying. A lot of people here, of course, cheer on Frank Pereira. He was on pole position, Esteril's first drive, the Frenchman moving into that car, so we'll see how he goes. He should be pretty impressive. But qualifying yesterday, some changeable weather, but we certainly had a great battle in the new knockout system used by Superleague Formula. And let's find out exactly what happened.
So here's the quarter-final lineup. Corinthians face Liverpool, local club Roma take on Beijing, Milan go head-to-head with Anderlecht, and Galatasaray clash with Flamengo. First up, Antonio Pizzoni of Corinthians battled it out with Liverpool's Adrian Valles, and it was a Spanish Scouser who marched into the semis 5.216 of a second. Next to go through to the last 4 was championship leader Davide Rigon of Beijing Guan. He left Roma's Frank Pereira struggling in his slipstream and would meet the winner of the clash between Robert Doornbos of AC Milan and Craig Dolby from Anderlecht. Italian outfit were comfortable winners by over half a second. The last quarter-final saw Galatasaray up against Flamengo. It was the closest of the 4 quarters, but Alessandro Pierguidi was unable to match the pace of Tucker Roca in the Brazilian car, and that left the semi-final lineup looking like this: Liverpool versus Flamengo and Beijing against Milan. And from the outset in semi-final 1, Liverpool outpaced their South American opponents, and it was Adrian Valles who duly booked his place in the race for pole position, to the delight of his team. In the second semi, Davide Rigon of Beijing faced Milan's Robert Doornbos. Despite the championship leader's best efforts, it was the Italian club who set up a repeat of both the 2005 and 2007 Champions League finals. Liverpool against Milan. The two sides shared the spoils from those momentous evenings, but on this occasion, for Adrian Valles and Robert Doornbos, there could only be one winner. And on this occasion, it was Liverpool who were victorious and took pole position for today's first race here at Vallelunga. So let's take a look at the grid. On the front row, Liverpool FC and AC Milan. Let's move on. Row 2, Beijing Guan, the championship leaders, and Flamengo, their best starting position. Then Galatasaray and Anderlecht. Roma and Corinthians are on the next row, and behind them, It's Atletico Madrid and Rangers. Then, lining up, Eindhoven and Basel. Going towards the back now, we've got Tottenham Hotspur, the Spurs, against Sevilla. We've got FC Porto and Olympiacos, a rookie driver there. And on the back row, having had problems, Borussia Dortmund and Al Ain. That's the lineup for today's race.
Yeah, and there they are down on the grid, and the big news, of course, is that the Sevilla car we've seen just going past us on a flatbed truck. But let's look down on the grid, and here we are, everybody getting ready. There's Adrian Valles, the Liverpool driver, and he will certainly be wanting to score another victory here today. There's the Liverpool car. Bruce, the AC Milan car, I think you feel that Robert Dornbos is really up for it today.
Yes, he will want to win, obviously, get his first win, so that's looking good for him as well.
Yeah, there's the championship leader, then of course Davide Rigon. He's one of the few drivers that really knows this circuit pretty well. He's raced a lot here in the past. And he gives us a little wink. There's the Flamengo car, Tuca Roca, a Brazilian driver, and this is his best performance. We understand that we may have somebody from Flamengo, maybe even the president, supporting him here today. Here's the Galatasaray car, and Alessandro Pierguidi, the Italian, and he knows this Vallelunga track pretty well also. And we've got still got the tyre warmers on. Here's the Anderlecht car, Craig Dolby, who was impressive in qualifying but did get knocked out, but we think he could go very well. That's Craig Dolby from the UK. And Frank Pereira, then the man who was on the pole in the previous race at Estoril. And Frank Pereira, of course, all the Roma fans will be expecting him to give them a good showing. Just climbing into car then, the former Grand Prix driver for Williams, Antonio Pizzonia for Corinthians. He had 2 fourth places at the previous race in Estoril. Then the Madrid car here, Andy Soucek, they're currently at the bottom of the league, but he'll be hoping to alter all that position in today's race. Going back further there, the Pride of Glasgow, Ryan DL, didn't quite make it through into the knockout section of qualifying, but expect a good performance from the young Scotsman today, the blonde-headed racer. Going all through the grid. And there is Jelmer Berman, the Dutchman driving the Dutch car, PSV Eindhoven, of course, the team. And as you can see, we have some of the great football teams of the world in this competition represented. The youngest driver on the grid, Max Wissel for FC Basel. And let's see how he gets on. And then Tottenham Hotspur, Duncan Tappy. We saw his incredible football skills, but the young man will be hoping to move up the grid. But next to him should be the Seville car of Borja Garcia. The start will be a little late, as you see. And Bruce, what do you know about this Seville car? It's not on the grid.
What I've heard is that there was a puncture and he went off. He lost control of the car. And yeah, he had a puncture. You can see the rear left tire.
Yeah. That was a big trip into the gravel there. We're not sure if that car will make the start. There, I think these are live pictures now. No, there's, you see the puncture. This was just a few moments ago when the car was hoisted onto a flatbed. It will be brought back. I don't think there's any other damage, so we can see how the car was disabled by that flat tyre. So they may start from the pit lane here. So heading towards the back of the grid, there's the Portuguese car, FC Porto, Tristan Gomendi. And Tristan had problems yesterday, the piano playing Frenchman from Paris. And heading right towards the back, here's a driver making his debut, Stamatis Katsimis. And he's actually raced in the Italian Formula 3 Championship, new driver in the Olympiacos car. Then problems in practice for Borussia Dortmund, Enrico Toccicello, who is from Rome, so there'll be quite a lot of pressure on him to actually perform for the local fans. He may well come up through the field. and then right at the back, Alain.